Any collabs coming soon? Well, chat, I put it on Twitter earlier. Mike Perry asked me to go on his pod. I don't know what to do, though. Should I? Question mark. What do you reckon? Mike Peraldo interview. Mike Perry on his pod. I could do that. That's on losing your deal with DJ. Stand your base. I could have continued it, but I just don't. I actually could have continued doing the show. Maybe I was a bit hasty about it, but I don't know, man. I can't be asked. Thank you for the 5. I've done it. It was cool. It was nice to do, but it wasn't nothing crazy. So I'll just step back. I feel like it's better for me to just do my thing like this. Regrets? Nah, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. I think it's for the best. Sometimes I think like, oh, maybe I should have just toned everything down and continued to do it. But I don't know, man. I want to stream on other platforms soon. I want to be able to just do whatever I want. I don't want to ever think about, I wonder if I'm going to be called up about this and spoken to about this. I already get enough worries about that when it comes to the country, you know what I mean? So I might as well not. So that was my ultimate reasoning. Impression of Jones USADA test returns HIV positive. I don't know. Do you see what Joanna says? I'm going to stick up for myself. And what I say is I'm going to stick up and say this. And I'm going to stick up for myself. And I'm not going to let anybody disrespect me. I don't know what happened to make her crash out in the way that she did. But yeah, maybe there was something that happened. You never know. Have I talked about Jamahal Hill? You know I haven't. I was the one who posted that, right? Someone, let me shout out the guy's name on Instagram. His friend cried about me not shouting him out, but I don't think he mentioned anything to me about shouting out. I thought it was like a video that was going round as well. I didn't know I was the first to post it. But his name is, his Instagram is Capodibella. Capodibella was his Instagram handle. I don't know if he wanted his personal account blown up, but apparently he does. Thank you for the €5. I put it in the replies of the Jamahal Hill post. I don't know. I feel like it's fine from Jamahal Hill. Obviously, he could say different words. But let's face it, he's probably had a drink, which is why I don't drink. Because that way I can be perfect and handle every situation perfectly. But, yeah, he could have used different words. But at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. If Joanna Jędrzejczyk was really being aggressive towards his girl, you got to threaten her. You're not threaten her, but you got to put some kind of boundary up to stop her from doing it. She's a women's UFC champion. If she's being confrontational with his woman, he's got to say something. Have you seen Joanna's response on the situation? Everyone's just auto-blaming Hill, even though a 2 times women's UFC champ threatened his girl. I know, yeah, it's kind of insane. I agree. I don't think this is on Hill that bad. He could have chose different words, but I don't think it's that bad from him. Welcome to Manlandia, where men can be lads. It's actually not lads can be lads, unfortunately. I watched it back and it was ruined. Impression of Kayla Harrison threatening Hill's girlfriend.
Come here, buddy. I'll take you to Rango with the tango.
Thank you for the $3 Australian.
I'm over here, you bitch. Come on. No, bring it on, tough talker. You think you're so tough.
His girlfriend was acting her color. Shut up, dude. Fuck it now. And Jamahal Hill didn't know, but I had to check her. All right. So you're excusing Jamahal Hill, at least. Do. Pim, pim, para, pim. Favorite fighter in each division all time? Shut up. Okay, flyweight, Figueiredo. Bantamweight, Yan or Dillashaw. Featherweight, Holloway. Lightweight, I don't really like many lightweights. Oliveira. Say Oliveira at lightweight. Welterweight, Lawler. Middleweight, Whittaker. Light heavyweight, Yuri. Heavyweight, Stipe or Tom. Tom right now, though. We'll see how much he does moving forward. The two coolest fights that slipped away was McGregor versus Masvidal and Till versus Adesanya. Yeah, they would have been some cool fights. But you know Till Adesanya would be boring as fuck, though. That's the problem. But McGregor Masvidal would have been sick. Yeah, that'd be a sick fight. No DDP. Yeah, DDP's up there, but Whittaker, I don't know, you guys just got here. But when Whittaker was on his run, he's the sickest guy at middleweight. You, buddy. You watch yourself. You watch yourself around me, because I'll put you away quick. Thoughts on Raja's social media crash out? Yeah, he said he sometimes thinks that he's Jesus, and he's probably going to play the insanity card or some shit. I don't know what's going on with him. I just think he's a dumb, low IQ tard, is my overall assessment of him, and I think he should be away from society in general. I think it would be best for the world. If he doesn't get jail time, why are we still discussing this? He tried to kill a guy. And even if he didn't try and kill a guy, look what he did to him. Why are we even still discussing this? That's the crazy part about all of this. How is this even still a conversation? Get rid of him. Start with them lot these days. They fell off big time. Raja thinks he was Jesus. I saw Raja thinks he was Jesus. Yeah, I did see that. Chat, did you guys see the clip of Rampage crashing out at that security guard as well? Do you think he did that at all because the guy looked like me a little bit with the beanie and the beard combo? When do you think Morab devours Willie return? Morab devours Willie. I think he'll be back in July or August. Yes. Yeah, he had a moment where this security guard just said, "Can we move on? You're not allowed to record in here." And he went, "Shut the fuck up. What are you going to do about it? Shut the fuck up, man. I hate people like you. Shut the fuck up," like that. And it genuinely was like an archetype of like a fatter, uglier version of me. And I posted it on Twitter. I put my reply to it on Twitter saying, "Do you think it's anything to do with the fact that he looks like me?" 100%, dude. He sees that beanie and hair and beard combo, he just fucking loses his shit. Dude. Crazy. Imagine Guru a bit taller and slimmer. That was not it. Probably about my height and not slimmer. He was way fatter than me. I'm not fat, chat. Fucking hell. I'm pretty fucking yoked. You bastards. Give me body dysmorphia over the years, you fucking bastards. Shit's so funny. Get out my store. You stay out my store. They aren't violent, no? They are. But you just have to pretend that they're not to include them. Dude, Yan is still cooking Morab. Morab replied back to the AI thing of Yan in the sauna. And then Morab said, and the question is, what's going to happen in 2026? And then Pierre Yan responded, "In 2026, my friend, you need wife and kids." And Morab said, "I'm looking, my friend." There you go. Crazy. Sir Yan has downloaded all the data for the rematch. The data download stuff is crazy. Gamer. Especially the prelim vibes. Yeah, I need to start being there dead on time because I can't be missing Baranowski versus Aslan, you know. But the next card is so shit. Man, the next card is so shit. It's embarrassingly bad. Fuck. Such a weak card. For the end of the year as well. It's rank. It disgusts me. But there's some fun fights on it, don't get me wrong. But they should have done a bit more for the end of the year. But there are some fun fights. The true you must have forgot fighters are like Adrian Yanez. Had their moment for a sec. Then back to who the fuck is that guy to any new UFC casuals. Yeah, Yanez had all the hype at one point. You know, he was becoming a superstar in the sport. And then all that went. And now he barely fucking fights. Ever. Right? That seems to be the thing with his career at the moment. Yeah, he last fought in December of 2024. Has nothing booked. Was supposed to fight in November against Quinones. Pulled out. Yeah. Split decision with Marcos ain't that bad, you know. But he got chinned by Font. That's what happened to him, right? Font put that mustard on him. Just went straight at him and knocked him out. Which is, in hindsight, a terrible loss. He should have easily been able to beat Font. They're literally like the majority of world population that he's taken on. Other than Morab, who do you think is Yan's biggest test at bantamweight? Appreciate the way. I love it how people are calling him the minority thing still. And they're literally like the majority of world population that he's taken on. Other than Morab, who do you think is Yan's biggest test at bantamweight? Appreciate your consistency, by the way. I think it's Sean O'Malley. I think long, rangy, high volume. It's Sean O'Malley, I think. And that is weird. I do think he beats Umar. Umar would be a test, but I do think he would beat Umar over 5. But I think Sean O'Malley is tricky for him. Maybe O'Malley's just tricky for him in a 3-rounder, and over 5 he would destroy O'Malley. But I think it's that or Tabit. Yeah, someone tall and rangy. Tabit, Sandhagen, O'Malley. These are the tricky ones for him. Obviously, a Morab trilogy is still going to be tough. Tabit's weirdly hittable, though, in my opinion. What made you into UFC? I used to do taekwondo when I was a kid, so I had a lot of friends that were into martial arts and stuff like that. And they showed me... One time at school when I was younger, I saw the... like someone stomping someone out. So I knew about like no holds barred cage fighting and stuff. But then at one time, one of my friends showed me... I think I did taekwondo with him. He showed me Anthony Pettis jumping off the cage against Benson Henderson. And it was on YouTube. And I just started going down a YouTube rabbit hole of all the highlights. I saw that highlight probably 2 years after it happened. And then I just started watching all the fighters. Donald Cerrone highlights. Pettis knocked out Cowboy. Who's Cowboy? Oh, he was on JRE. And what's Joe Rogan Experience? Oh, now all these other fighters. Oh, who's this? Who's that? And you start going through all of them and finding out all about the sport and all of that type of stuff. And seeing all the highlights. I think I literally went in the direction of Pettis, Cerrone, Nate Diaz, Nick Diaz, Carlos Condit, Lawler. Then I was just finding out who all these people were. And then McGregor came along and I was like, okay, I'm all in. I'm a hardcore fan now. But I knew about the superstars before McGregor, but I didn't know about the overall sport in terms of like the prelim fighters and stuff like that. You can do that all you want, but the knockout speaks for itself. Well, you can do that all you want, but the knockout speaks for itself. And you hit the deck like a bitch. Dude, play just Chad Mendez's audio from that event and you'd think he had Down syndrome. What was he doing? Like, what was he actually doing there? You done fucking talking yet, buddy? That's actually what Mendez was doing. That's his shit talk. All right, you fucking done talking yet, buddy? You can do that all you want, but at the end of the day, the knockout speaks for itself, and you hit the deck like a bitch. Cope over Soybones Pantoja. Don't call him Soybones Pantoja ever again, or I'll fucking hurt you, buddy. How many UFC fights do you rewatch a week? I mainly focus on ones for the cards, so quite a few. I'd say I probably spend 7 hours a week watching UFC fights. 6 hours a week, maybe. Yeah, something like that. I'll give it a 2. Probably more than that. Probably more than that. Just slightly more than that. If you drop the video talking about the commentators, I still don't think DC will know you. Nah, he knows me. He reached out to me to take down the Tom Aspinall video ages ago. Not the video I made on Tom Aspinall, but the video of Aspinall, him whispering in Aspinall's ear that got posted on YouTube. Told me to take it down from Twitter. But he didn't realize that Aspinall posted it on his channel. DC knows me. Obviously, DC knows me. Kind of surprised Morab handled the L as well as he did. I figured he'd have a Gene Silver type of reaction in the cage. Yeah, especially because it seemed like he thought he was winning, right? Which I saw his coach try and fucking justify why he told him that. Dumbest shit I've ever fucking seen. How did you think he was winning that fight? Chat, yes or no, fighters need to realize when to fire their coaches. For real. Like, they need to be a bit more stricter on when to get rid of their coaches. Insolence in any job is not acceptable, chat. You know? Insolence in any job is just not acceptable. And I think it should be no different for MMA coaches, dude. Someone tells me I'm up 3-0 when I'm clearly fucking not. You're out of the camp. You know? Go to Mexico, have a kid, and make the MMA Canelo. I could try and gingerfy a Mex. Which fighter do you think would go out of their way to try and sleep you in America? Probably a lot of them. Chat, you know what's more likely? A regional fighter doing some shit like that. Anyone else think that? I think UFC fighters would think, let me not get myself in any like legal concern or anything like this. I have a big career to worry about. I think what's more likely to happen is some regional fighter like takes it upon himself, you know? So that's what I would probably imagine is going to be the case. Some regional fighter. Yeah. Regional. Yuck. You know what I'm saying? The true you must have forgot fighters are like Adrian Yanez, had their moment for a sec, then back to who the fuck is that guy, to any new UFC casuals. Yeah, Yanez had all the hype at one point, you know. He was becoming a superstar in the sport. And then all that went. And now he barely fucking fights, ever. Right? That seems to be the thing with his career at the moment. Yeah, he last fought in December of 2024. Has nothing booked. Was supposed to fight in November against Quinones, pulled out. Yeah. Split decision with Marcos ain't that bad, you know. But he got chinned by Font. That's what happened to him, right? Font put that mustard on him. Just went straight at him and knocked him out. Which is, in hindsight, a terrible loss. He should have easily been able to beat. Okay, Mackenzie Dern's oil checker. I dread to think what it was before. Thank you for the 11 months. Love DJ, but his first reaction to Pantoja breaking his arm and his half bragging about how he didn't break his streak. Always kind of hated on Pantoja, to be fair. I mean, I always wanted Pantoja up at bantamweight, but he never did. But I don't know if he hates on him. I just think, you know, his streak remains intact. You know, you're going to be a little jolly about it. Thoughts on George Hardwick getting armbarred? Yeah, thanks for bringing that up, mate. Yeah, loved it, mate. Fucking ecstatic about it. Just fucking hilarious, innit? Is that what you want me to say? Thank you for the £2. You see DJ's reaction to Pantoja's loss? Love you, Piggy. I did, yeah, he did. He wasn't as sympathetic. I was furious about it in comparison, I guess. That really stung to me. How do you rate Tom Big Train Nolan? I think he's good. I've always thought he's pretty underrated. I don't think he's going to be a champ, but he'll be a fun in and out the rankings type guy. You know what I mean? Like maybe an Alexander Hernandez level fighter. You know what I mean? To be honest with you. Did you see Marty's reaction to Pantoja's injury? Almost like he was happy it happened. I mean, Pantoja was on his ass in terms of legacy, so... But listen, Pantoja, chat, yes or no? Legacy comes with asterisks and context, yes or no? So even though Pantoja's streak won't officially read that many times, we'll all know it will. In our minds. So it doesn't really matter, you know? Obviously, DJ's going to play that game because there was the narrative that Pantoja's going to overtake him in legacy, and that was a big part of it in the build-up, you know? But I just feel like we'll know. The context will come into play, you know? And we'll know. You dig? On Fulham Grave, if you know what I'm saying. On Fulham Grave. Go MMA, you say the wrong thing, and I can neutralize a source of your income in a snap of the fingers like that. You little leech parasite human. Add that to the outro of your fucking video.